Hey everybody, it's Dave from Oaktown Farm. It's time to check in on the tumbler. So let's take a look at what came out this week. Actually, before we get to what came out, I want to show you what my friend Rick gave me. He gave me two Thunder Energy ODs, or whatever you'd like to call them, that he sliced in half on his machine. I think the small one's too little. I don't think I could slice it again. But the big one, I might actually be able to make some pretty good quantity of slices out of that. I don't know. I'm going to have to decide whether or not I want to cut that one or leave it whole. But anyways, on to the stones. Alright, this is coming out of the first grit, 80. And a lot of this stuff looks really good. I don't know if you remember, I had a core drill sample, which is what most of these wood-looking ones are. And they just came out really great. I mean, there's some really nice-looking rocks in here. And back here, we have these agates, which are a little rough for me still. I'm going to put these back in. I'm going to smash up some more of this stuff and put it in the tumbler at batch 1, and I'm going to put these guys back in, because these are going to be really good looking if I knock some more of the rough spots off of them. Alright, batch 2, I don't know if you remember, this is the one that overcooked. Oh, sorry about the squeaky bench that I'm leaning on. These are the ones that kind of overcooked. You know, they're still kind of chipped up, but you know what? I kind of like how they're coming now. So this has been through 220 grit. I'm just going to keep working them up, and you know, they're not going to be the finest ones I've ever made, except for maybe a few. But we'll just see what happens with these ones. And last but not least, Snowflake Obsidian. Now this stuff is not wet. This is totally dry. So this is its actual luster, and I haven't even polished them with a rag or anything yet. But these things are just absolutely great. They just took a polish so well. So these ones come out. These ones are going to go to about 600 grit. This I'm going to split into 2 batches. The smaller batch I'm going to hold aside of these ones that are basically ready to move on, and these I'm going to put in. I'm going to probably two batches of rough this week, and get some things through the first stage so that we can mix them together with these things to go into 220 grit. This just isn't enough, really. This is about the size of the pile. It's too little to tumble as is. Alright, so let me get these loaded back up and get it running. I'll show you the rough right before I put it in. Okay folks, this is what I decided. These guys are just about ready to go to stage 2, so I'm going to set those aside for a couple of weeks. Going back in is these bigger pieces I showed earlier that are not quite as smooth as I'd like. Smoky quartz from Emmons Quarry in New Hampshire. Mexican lace. This is just a generic red Jasper. I'm not sure what it is, where it came from. And I had a little bit of India green tree agate left over. Oh, that's a red agate, I'm sorry. So, I'm going to get all this stuff tossed in the tumbler into barrels 1 and 2, and we'll see where we are in a week or two. Alright guys, thanks as always for watching, and hopefully this stuff will come out really well. And stay tuned, and we'll have another episode shortly.